Hello everyone. Today we will see the topic of Hall effect, mobility and Hall angle. So in this topic we will cover the importance of Hall effect, uses of Hall effect, application of Hall effect also. So let us start the topic of Hall effect. The production of voltage difference across an electrical conductor which is transverse to an electric current and with respect to an applied magnetic field it is perpendicular to the current is called Hall effect. So this is the definition of Hall effect. So before going to discuss about the theory regarding Hall effect, so let us look inside the figure. So let us consider a rectangular metal slab, this metal slab. Okay, so from that particular metal slab carrying a current density that is denoted by Jx. Okay, carrying a current density Jx in the positive x direction. Okay, it means the currents are travels from positive terminal to negative terminal in this way, in this direction. Okay, and here that metallic slab is connected with one battery and the current was passed through in this direction, and at the same time the Hall voltage was connected in the opposite direction, or we can say that the perpendicular direction. In this way, this is the Hall voltage was connected. Okay, and at the same time if we measure a potential difference of particular voltage, so we got the potential difference is zero. We obtain the potential difference is zero in primary stage. Okay, in primary stage if we pass a current through in this direction, if we pass the current through in this direction from that particular metal slab, and at the same time if we cross check the potential difference between the constant current passes through the metal slab, at that time we obtain the potential difference of that particular voltage is zero. Okay, so this is the first stage. And if we apply the external magnetic field, if we place the magnet here, if we place the magnet here, what will happen? The potential difference is vary. Okay, if suppose this is the south pole, let us say this is the south direction, this is the north direction, and the magnetic field can easily transfer in this way from that particular metal slab. Magnetic field can easily transfer. Okay, and the current is passing through that particular metal slab also, and at that time if we measure the Hall voltage, and that is the potential difference between the constant current as well as the magnetic field are passing through that metal slab, at that time the Hall voltage will vary. Okay, it means the V varies directly with B. Okay, whenever the magnetic field is passed from this way, at the same time the voltage was varied, and due to that reason, due to that case, the Hall effect was discovered. And whenever the magnetic field is placed in a uniform magnetic field of induction B, okay, of induction B, acting perpendicular to both the conductor and the current, which is mentioned inside the figure. Okay, and under such a type of experimental setup, an experimental arrangement was discovered by Edwin Hall in the year of 1879. We can see here. Okay, such an experiment was arranged and discovered by, and such a demonstration was done by the scientist Edwin Hall in the year of 1879. So he found that the voltage is developed at a right angle to both the current and the magnetic field. Okay, so this is the experimental work, whatever I have discussed here. So I will show you the figure once again. That is the animated figure. Look at that figure carefully. Now magnetic field are passing. So what will happen? The electric charge and positive charge are diverted towards the away from the center. Okay, it means here I would like to mention that whenever the electric current or constant current passing from that battery, and that current was also passed from that metal slab, at the same time the electric charge, or we can say that the electron charge, was travels in the opposite direction of that current. Okay, so that negative symbol here that indicates the electron charge. Okay, so in the absence of magnetic field, I would like to mention here, in the absence of magnetic field, the conduction electrons drift velocity in the negative x direction. In the absence of magnetic field, the electrons, whatever that electrons are ejected inside the metal slab, that conduction electron drift with a velocity in the negative x direction. That is the in this negative direction. That electron transfer or and travels toward the negative x direction. However, when the field is applied, when the applied magnetic field is applied, this magnetic field, this one, magnetic field is applied, a particular amount of or some amount of force was generated, and that force is nothing but a Lorentz force, which I have mentioned here inside the theory. Under the influence of magnetic field, the moving electrons will experience a force. Okay, whenever that electron travels in negative x direction, at the same time the force was generated, and that force is nothing but a Lorentz force. Okay, and that Lorentz that force caused due to the electron path to deflect towards the front face to the rectangular block. Okay, so at the same time that electron deflected towards the or away from this direction, from the core. Okay, from the core. Okay, however, simultaneously the excess of electrons accumulate on the front face of the slab, and simultaneously equal number of positive charge appears. Okay, whenever the magnetic field was travels from the metal slab, the electron charge are deflect and away from the core, and simultaneously equal number of positive charge, here the positive charge are indicated, equal number of positive charge are appears. Okay, so why the equal number of charge are appears, positive charge are appears? Due to the deficiency of electron. Due to the deficiency of electron, the positive charge are appear. Okay, and that positive charge are appear on the opposite side of that electron. On the opposite side of electron. If suppose electrons charge are located here, so opposite charge side is this one, and here is the positive charge are located. Okay, so this appearances of the opposite charge on the opposite phases creates an electric field. Okay, the electron charge and opposite side of a positive charge creates a what? Electric field, and that electric field is nothing but a Hall field. Okay, that electric field is nothing but a Hall field, and that electric field directed towards the positive y-axis. Okay, so that electric field directed towards a positive y-axis. Positive y-axis means we can say this is the x-axis, so this is the y-axis. Okay, this is the y-axis, and this is the perpendicular side. From that perpendicular side, the magnetic field was applied. Okay, so here I have mentioned the definition. The Hall field is the field develop across the conductor. Okay, so across the conductor, which conductor? This is the conducting material, and across the conductor, the Hall field develop. Okay, due to the electronic charge and positive charge. Okay, and how electron and positive charge was created, which I have already explained. Okay, so whatever amount of Hall voltage we measure, okay, whatever across the current, that is the Hall voltage. So the corresponding potential difference, so the corresponding potential difference we are measure after the apply magnetic field, that is the Hall voltage, and that we can measure by using the Hall voltage. Okay, here that is the Hall voltage. So look it into the figure once again, that is the animated figure. So how the positive charge and negative charge was deflected after during the passing through a magnetic field. Look it there carefully. Look once again. Okay, so this phenomena was happening, and as a result, bottom phase become more negative with respect to the top phase, and hence potential difference is introduced, and that potential difference we can measure by using the Hall voltage. Okay, so here the magnetic field, here the magnetic force acting on the electrons. Okay, magnetic force due to the magnetic field, magnetic force acting on the electrons due to applied magnetic field. Okay, due to applied magnetic field, so that the magnetic force is equal to capital B EV. Okay, magnetic force acting on the electron due to the applied magnetic field, that is the magnetic force which is denoted by capital F small capital F M, which is equal to B capital B small EV, and here B is the magnetic induction, E is the electron charge, and V is the voltage differences. Therefore, force acting on the electrons due to the Hall field. Okay, whatever force acting on the electrons, that electrons due to the Hall field. Okay, which is equal to capital Fe is equal to E capital EH. Okay, so Hall field, or which is denoted by capital Fe. Okay, so at equilibrium, or we can say the initial primary stage, if both the magnetic force as well as force acting on the electrons are in an equilibrium stage, in this case the Lorentz force and the electric force gets balance. Okay, so this is the electric force, this is the electric force, and this is the Lorentz force, and both the force are get balanced. So that is F, we can write here capital F M is equals to Fe, that is the Lorentz force is equal to electric force. Okay, and if we put that value here, so that is capital B small EV is equal to E small e capital EH. So here in this stage, E is the electron charge, and here the both the case electron charge are present. So E electron charge get cancelled. So we got EH is equal to capital BV. Okay, so we know that here B is the magnetic induction, V is the voltage. That is equation number 1. Let us say this is the equation number 1. So let's move towards the next slide. So after that, after some rearrangement of that of the equation number 1, after some rearrangement of equation number 1, so we can calculate a V, that is the voltage difference or potential difference between the electric current and magnetic field pass. So that is V is equal to EH upon B. Okay, that is, let us say that is equation number 2. Let us say this is the equation number 2. Okay, but we know that the current density, whatever amount of current are passing through the metal slab, so we know that the current density, which is denoted by Jx, and Jx is nothing but a minus NEV. Okay, so here N is the density of mobile charge, or we can say that the density of mobility charge is the electron charge and V is the voltage. So if we got the this is the current density equation which we have already discussed in our previous chapter. Okay, so if we rearrange this equation again, that is the V is equal to minus Jx Ne. If we rearrange the above equation in this equation, so we got V is equal to minus Jx upon Ne. So let us say this is equation number 3. And after that, using the equation number 3 in 1, if we put the equation 3 in equation number 1, so we get Eh is equal to minus Jxb upon Ne, minus Jxb upon Ne. And let us say that is the equation number 4. Okay, and after some rearrangement, and if we separate out that Ne term in this way, that is the 1 upon Ne. So we got the equation in this way, that is minus 1 upon Ne djx. Okay, so this is the equation number 5. Let us say that is equation number 5. So here some typographical error was happening. So this is the equation number 5. Here is also equation number 5. Okay, so the equation number 5 shows the Hall field is proportional to both the magnetic field and the current density, and the constant of proportionality in equation 5 is known as Hall coefficient. Okay, that is also nothing but a Hall coefficient, and that is also nothing but a Hall constant. Okay, so the equation number 5 is nothing but a Hall coefficient and Hall constant, and which can be defined by in this way, that is RH is equal to minus 1 upon Ne. So because in equation number 5 RH is equal to EH upon BJX. Okay, that is RH as according to the equation number 5. So RH is equal to EH upon BJX. Okay, so this is according to the equation number 5, we will get the RH is equal to EH upon BJX. So this is, let us say this is the equation number 6. Okay, so here RH is equal to minus 1 upon Ne. We got this equation, and this is nothing but a Hall coefficient, or we can say that Hall constant. Okay, so this shows that Hall field is proportional to both the magnetic field and current density. Okay, so here after the equation number Hall coefficient, we can say that the RH is inversely proportional to the density of current carrier N, and the sign of Hall constant indicates, here the negative sign is mentioned. So this negative sign, or we can say that the Hall constant of the sign is indicates the nature of charge carrier that predominate in the conduction process. Okay, so whenever inside the Hall coefficient or Hall constant, if there is some charge or if there is some sign, so that sign indicates the nature of the charge carrier that predominate in the conduction process. And if RH is negative, if I will show you once again. If here is negative symbol, so if RH is negative, the predominant charge is electron and vice versa. And if the RH is positive, so the predominant charge is positron and vice versa. Okay, so therefore the measurement of Hall voltage, which is help us to know the following term, that is the sign of the predominant charge carrier, the charge density, and the mobility of charge carrier. Okay, that information we can calculate by using the Hall coefficient or Hall constant. Okay, so we have already mentioned here some amount of information. So this is all about the Hall coefficient and Hall constant. Okay, so now let us move towards the mobility and Hall angle. Let us move towards the mobility and Hall angles. So what is meant by mobility? And mobility is denoted by mu, the symbol of the mobility, which is measured and denoted by mu. So the velocity acquired by the current carrying particles per unit electric field is called mobility. Inside the university level examination and during the examination time, if the short question asking inside the question paper that what is mobility or define mobility, you have to write in this way that the velocity acquired by the current carrying particles per unit electric field is called mobility. Okay, and which is nothing but a, therefore mu is equal to capital V upon E, where E is the applied electric field due to which current flow through a conductor. Okay, E is the applied electric field, and that electric field are passing through a metal slab conductor. Okay, conductor means metal slab conducting material. Okay, whatever the material was located in from that particular material, electric current are passing. Okay, electric field due to which current flow through a conductor. Okay, so in this way the electric current was passing through that particular conductor. This is the conducting material, this is the conducting material. Okay, and that is nothing but E is equal to applied electric field due to which current flow through a conductor. Okay, and if we substitute the equation number 7, that is mu is equal to B upon E in equation number 2, so we will get, therefore mu is equal to EH upon EB. Okay, so let us say this is equation number 8. Now here let's use equation number 6. Okay, because we know the term EH in equation number 6 here, and if we rearrange the equation 6 is here, so EH is equal to RH BJX. Okay, so here if we put the value RH BJX instead of EH, so therefore mu is equal to BJX RH upon EB. Okay, therefore here BB gets cancelled, that is magnetic induction get cancelled, so we got JX upon E RH, and therefore mu is equal to sigma RH, because sigma is nothing but a current density upon applied electric field due to which current flow through a conductor. Okay, so JXE, this whole term is nothing but a sigma. Okay, that whole term is nothing but a sigma. Therefore, sigma is equal to Jx upon E is the electrical conductivity of the particular specimen. Okay, hence this equation number 9 is the mobility equation. Okay, however, from equation 8 we get mu B is equal to EH upon E is equal to 5. If we use the equation number 8 and 9, so we got mu B is equal to EH upon E, which is equal to 5, and that 5 is also known as Hall angle. Okay, if we calculate the Hall angle, so we need a term EH upon E, otherwise mu B is equal to 5, otherwise EH upon E is equal to 5. Okay, this is nothing but a Hall angle. Okay, so be careful during the examination time. If they are asking only Hall coefficient or Hall constant, or derive the Hall constant or Hall coefficient equation, so you have to write up to the equation number 6 only. And if they are asking explain the term of Hall coefficient, mobility and Hall angle for 6 or 8 marks, so you have to write up to the equation number 10 and explain one more application, such as what is the application of Hall effect. The application of Hall effect is it is used to determine whether the material is P type or N type. Okay, for the purpose or identification of the material purity or the P type or N type material, if the semiconducting material is the P type material or N type material, that can be identified by using the Hall effect. Okay, if we know that we have some amount of material, okay, and we are totally unknown that the material is a P type or N type Okay, p-type charge carrier or n-type charge carrier. So that we can determine by using the Hall effect. Okay, one more application is that it is used to find mobility of charge carrier. We can determine the mobility of charge carrier. Okay, and for that purposes you can use the equation number 9. And last application is that it is used to design the magnetic flux meter. Okay, this is the third number application, and one more application is the Hall effect can be used. That is application number 4. That is, I think the Hall effect can be used to measure magnetic field with a Hall probe. With the help of Hall probe, we can measure a magnetic field. Okay, so these are the application of Hall effect. So I hope that the topic and concept of Hall effect is cleared, and I hope that you might be enjoy the lecture of Hall effect, mobility and Hall angle. If you have any query, any doubt, any question regarding this topic, you have to drop me a message on WhatsApp. Okay, you have to drop me a personal message, not on the group. Okay, so we will stop here.